Hey y'all, what's good? We are back with another pod, and drum roll for this week's guest. We've got Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals quarterback. We had such a fun conversation. We talk about what makes Kyler great at not just one, but 3 sports. But before we get to all of that, please go and show love and subscribe to my podcast, Chiney, Chiney. Rate and review wherever you listen to your podcast. You can also watch this show on ESPN's YouTube channel and message me on social. Get in my DMs, but like appropriately, okay? At Chiney. I want to know who you want my next guest to be or my next topic to be. Finally, you can also catch me and Mike Golick Jr. every day on ESPN Radio from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. So let's get down to business. Here is exactly what you need to know. There is a hot spot emerging in the sports world. No, y'all, literally. Arizona. The Phoenix Suns this week could advance to the NBA Finals, one of few reputable franchises that have never won the coveted Larry O'Brien trophy. And speaking of championships, you know I have to hit you with some trivia and drop some knowledge. So make sure you listen to my show, and at the end, you will get the answer. So here's the question. We have the Phoenix Suns chasing history. Do you know the last time that the Phoenix Suns were in the NBA Finals? Stay tuned and find out. So yes, Arizona's sports scene is at the pinnacle right now. Shout out to the Phoenix Mercury's Diana Taurasi for being the one and only WNBA player to reach 9,000 points. And I can't forget to mention the historic run that Adia Barnes and the U of A women's basketball team made, making it to the NCAA championship game. Shout out to Stanford who won it. But this was for the first time in program history. And in the midst of all of this hoops, we've had the NFL offseason, which leads us to the Arizona Cardinals. After trading for all-pro receiver DeAndre Hopkins last season, Arizona has now signed J.J. Watt and A.J. Green. So the Cardinals are primed to take the next step in a stacked NFC West. But to do so, it would all start with elite play from number 1 overall pick and Pro Bowl quarterback Kyler Murray. He talked to me about his mentality, his high school pedigree, which was dominant. I mean, it was crazy what he experienced, and also his hidden talent. You all will not want to miss Nobody Knows. It's so much fun. So let's get to my one-on-one conversation with Kyler Murray. All right, Kyler, let's start with the NBA playoffs. But first, I have to ask, as both Texas natives, which is worse, the Texas Heat or the Arizona Heat?
I got to give the nod to the Arizona Heat. I know, everybody from Texas likes to talk about the humidity and all that, but the Arizona Heat is something different. Just being in it for the last 3 years, I don't wish that upon anybody.
Oh, man, it seems tough. It's funny. My team just played the Phoenix Mercury, and they were like, it's 115. I was like, ooh, I'm built for humidity. Maybe not that temperature. But I've had friends go to the Phoenix Suns playoff games, and they said it is crazy in the Valley. But first, is it true that Chris Paul co-signed your jumper?
I saw that. I've never actually talked to Chris, but I was glad he watched the video. You know what I'm saying? Gave me a little bit of support. I'm pretty confident in my jumper, my abilities on the court, but he's balling right now, and I'm happy for the Suns. So,
and you're also like too good at too many other sports. Okay, so maybe you can leave basketball to me, Fred, or no?
I got to do it all. I had to do it all when I was a kid.
I love it, and that must have helped you in different ways. But speaking of the Phoenix Suns, I mean, what do you think of what this squad is doing right now?
It's real remarkable to see, just because. Past couple of years, obviously I didn't grow up, in Arizona sports and stuff like that, but being around it, from what they were to now what everybody in the world's seeing, getting to watch Book, he's a good friend of mine. He kind of introduced me to it, what I'm saying, being a fan of his, and then obviously now, I'm a Cardinal, so being a fan of Arizona sports in general, they're doing it right, and great team, so. It's great. It's great to see, especially for the Valley. Arizona fans, they've been waiting on one of these sports to win and kick it off, and they're doing it right. So I think it's only right that, football side, we back them up and bring the Heat this next season.
I love it. When you said Cardinal, it took me back because I'm a Stanford Cardinal Okay. And so I know it's a different energy because like there's the bird and the what?
I thought you went to UConn. That's my bad.
How dare
That's
you?
my bad. That's
What?
my bad. That's
That
my
that's
bad.
triggering for me.
That's totally my bad. I really thought you were. I thought you were UConn.
Well, I take it as a compliment because that means you probably assume that I'm a baller. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
No, I
like
know
if you
that for sure. I know that. Yeah.
okay, that's all right. But Stanford Cardinal. But speaking of college times, I mean, and we're talking NBA playoffs. What Trae Young has done has been amazing this postseason. How happy are you for Trae Young being able to showcase his talents like you saw back in your time at Oklahoma?
Man, I've been hyping Trey up for years now. And it's like you said, man, him going to OU, seeing him on campus, getting to see him ball. Now him doing it in the league, I already knew what he was capable of, and I love seeing Trey ball just because he's always the smallest dude on the court, and that's kind of how I see myself on the football field. I'm usually always the smallest dude on the field, so the fact that he takes over games, he has that confidence. He thinks he's the best player on the field at all times, and that's how I view myself. So. It's great to see. I always love seeing, your boys ball. So it's definitely fun.
And Kyler, leading into that comp, I know a lot of people talk about, being smaller relative to the other professional athletes, whether it's Trae Young or yourself. People talk about that like it's a weakness. How have you found it to be a strength for you in ways that maybe even relate to Trae?
Yeah, I've had to, I've done this my whole life. I wouldn't change it for anything. I am who I am. I've had to learn how to play this way, and I think that takes more skill in a way that people don't really see or maybe not respect as much. They just want to laugh and make jokes about how we're small, whatever. But in the reality of things, we got to find ways to make it work, and we do it at the highest level. So I don't really care what people say. What I'm saying, I do me. I put the work in, just like him. And what I'm saying, I think we show that on the field. So.
Man, I'm gonna need you to teach me how to throw a football. Like that's been on my bucket list
Yeah,
forever.
it's not easy. It's not easy.
Y'all make it look so easy,
Yeah.
but this is the summertime, and NFL offseason. You have OTAs, you have mini camp that just finished. Can you take us how a top quarterback trains during this time? Do you go home to Texas? What is that system like for you to get ready for the next season?
Yeah. I think my whole life, like the way I've viewed working out, always, I grew up trying to be the hardest worker all the time. And that until this day, that's still my mindset, be the hardest worker on and off the field. And that's just how I see it. So, for me, I don't really take many days off. I probably should. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my way as far as the profession goes, how much time to take off, how much time, to spend working out and stuff like that. But I go hard every day. As soon as the season's over, I usually go back to Texas where, everything's at for me. I work out with my dad. I've been working out with him since, I was a kid. And then, my trainer is back in Texas. So everything for me pretty much is back in Texas. And then when I go back to AZ, it's on and popping. So.
I love it because anytime we say, "Oh, I love to go back home to Texas," my family's based in Houston, Texas. I'm like, "Are you sure? Don't you want to stay out here on the West Coast?" It's so annoying because I'm like,
it is nice though. It is, the West Coast is very nice.
it is nice. I'm in LA, based in LA, playing for the LA Sparks, so I get the hype. But at the same time, like, Texas is home for those who grew up there, and like people don't understand what that high school experience is like. And I won 2 state championships, and I felt like I was on top of the world. You pretty much lived out or maybe inspired Friday Night Lights. I mean, your high school team won 43 straight games, 3 consecutive state championships. You never lost a game as a starter. What was that like for people that don't understand?
I wish every kid could experience what I got to experience in high school. It was really crazy. Like, it was really a movie for me because I had moved. I didn't grow up in Allen, so once I moved there. My sophomore year, things were moving really fast for me. Didn't really know what to expect. Kind of just got thrown in a situation and just tried to let my play speak for itself. And, as we grew over time, man, it just kind of took off. Like the city shut down on Friday nights. The community was actually like, I've never seen a community buy into a whole like town, like, what I'm saying? And the whole football team, like the city of Allen did those 3 years. Like it was ridiculous. We go, it don't matter if we were playing 15 minutes away or 3 hours away. Like the whole town was behind the buses going to the game. And what I'm saying? We were so popular that like other schools, kids, they were going to watch us, not even watch their teams. it would have been crazy if we would have had social media back when, we were in like
facts.
Kind of just blew up right when I was leaving high school. So if we would have had social media back then and like all these guys videoing games and like Instagram and all that stuff,
Explosion.
We would probably did so many numbers and stuff. But it was definitely a movie. And, it was something I wish every kid could experience because it was really one town. You know what I'm saying? One heartbeat. Like I know it's cliche, but it was a beautiful thing for sure.
I thought you were gonna go like all clear eyes, full heart.
No.
But that one sounds better. One heartbeat. I love that. Like that hit me.
Yeah.
But I think that's why you are so comfortable being able to make the big play. And now look at you. You're nominated for an ESPY for best play. I mean, it's so perfect. The Hail Murray. I know you probably heard too much of that.
Yeah, I've heard it way too much.
I know. Now looking back on your last season, what is your biggest takeaway other than even that play?
Me personally, man, it ended pretty disappointing for me. Rookie year, didn't make the playoffs, won like 5 games or whatever. Keep in mind, like you just said, I'm not used to losing. Haven't lost my whole life. Went to Oklahoma, was in the college football playoff every year that I was there, won the Heisman. Like, I've never lost. And then I come to the NFL. Obviously, I know there's going to be ups and downs. It's the National Football League. It's not easy. Get to the league, have a rough first year, win Rookie of the Year, which was, kind of a bright side to the down year. Coming into year 2, we start off really hot. Get DeAndre Hopkins, add a couple other players. Like it's, what I'm saying, where we start off real hot. And then we kind of just, hit a lull and just, didn't finish the way that we should have, did not make the playoffs when we should have. And it was for me, I get real down, what I'm saying? I don't like to lose. So that's real frustrating. And, as an athlete, competitor, like, losing can, ruin a lot of things. And it just, a lot of nights you go home angry, mad, pissed off and stuff like that.
Who are you telling?
Yeah. And it's just, it can get there, but, I'll say I'm excited for year 3, of course. We got a lot of good additions to the team. Something we can build on from year 2, winning 5 games, year 1. We won 8 games last year. So obviously looking to, keep progressing. But for me, man, it's Super Bowl or nothing. I know, it's that's how any player should see it. I'm not trying to make headlines or anything right now. It's just what it is. Like if you don't win the Super Bowl, if you don't win a championship in basketball, then you lost. Like that's just what it is. So that's how I see it. Being the quarterback leader of the team, I think everybody that is on the team should feel like that because I know we got the guys. It's just about executing on the field. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the mindset of being great. That's the mindset of being elite. I completely relate to that. And honestly, you're hitting me in my soul when you're talking about the adjustment to the professional level. I was boo-hooing my rookie year after we lost. And they look at me like, Chiney, there's another game in 2 days.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Like, it was weird. Like, I'm seeing guys, like, comfortable with, like, I'm not going to put nobody out there. It's just a weird, it's a new dynamic. And it's like,
usually the vets. They're like, it's all right. Well, suit it up the next time.
There's another game. Like, it's next weekend. Like, I'm like, no. Like, every game. I'm used to winning every game. Like, putting up numbers every game. Like, it's different for sure.
We're cut from the same cloth. But, I think, after those first 2 years, third year, you start being like, all right, like I did everything I can do. But you're right. The mindset is always Super Bowl or bust, championship or bust, no matter where your team is. That's what brings out the greatness. And I told you about my Houston roots. It just is hilarious because now you have Hop. Now you have JJ. Yeah. How has it been interacting with both of those guys? Now I know JJ is new. Yeah.
I'll start with JJ, obviously big flash of the, splash of the off season. But he's a real good dude, real chill dude. You never know what to expect. I met him in high school at the ESPYs. And he was a real, like, I kind of got the vibe.
I saw that picture. Throwback picture?
That was a throwback. I kind of got the vibe.
That was a real throwback.
Yeah, I got the vibe that he was kind of not a stiffler, but just like a real serious, locked in, like, his way of the highway type of guy. But after being around him for a couple of days, exchanging messages and stuff like that, he is very serious, but at the same time, he's just a normal dude, that has fun just like everybody else. Like, not the guy that I thought he was when I was, like 14 or 15 in high school, but good dude. Glad he's on the team. And then, you got Hop, obviously, man. Hop is, I tell everybody Hop is like the most interesting dude that that I've ever met. Like, you know, the commercial, the Dos Equis commercial, like
Yes.
that's DeAndre Hopkins. But never know what to expect. But on the field, man, he's the best. So.
You know, before we let you go, we play a few games, but I'd be remiss not to mention that not only were you on the cover of Sports Illustrated as a Sooner in college, you also were on the cover as a gamer. Yeah. And I know you consider yourself, you know, professional at football, professional at baseball, but also like I'm starting to realize like you're very, very deep into the gaming world.
Yeah. I've been playing video games my whole life. You know, it's just something I love to do, like off the field. You know, it's kind of it's my thing to get away. Like after a game, I'm sure you got your thing. After the game, I got my, you know, I'm going to the game. Like that's just my, you know, my chill space. But I definitely everything I do, I'm trying to win, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So I love to play a video game. I've been playing my whole life, and yeah. So I mean, it's definitely that's probably the dopest thing that, you know, this offseason that I've been able to be a part of. Yeah, Sports
Bronny was on the cover, right? Too.
Bronny was on the cover. Met Bronny. LeBron didn't show up to the shoot, but I mean, it was, you know, it was all love. So it was a fun deal.
Can you tell me something nobody knows about you?
I was just telling my boy I was the 4th and 5th grade chess champion back in elementary school. Yeah. Oh nobody would look at me and be like, yeah, he's good at chess, but I think I'm pretty decent. I need to take some lessons and tighten up, but I think I'm all right.
You know, I wanted to learn after watching the Queen's Gambit.
Everybody,
maybe you can teach me.
I'm like, yo, y'all are fake fans. Like y'all don't even like chess. Y'all just watch the show and now y'all want to play chess. Like,
this is true. I am a fake chess fan, but like 4th and 5th grade, you were the chess champ.
Yeah, for the DeGan Elementary, Mr. Staten and DeGan Elementary. That
makes sense why you've been winning all your life, because you're out here playing chess while everyone else is playing football, okay? I love it. Okay, Chiney's Court. This is where I put you on the hot seat. You must answer. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, who is the biggest trash talker on your team?
I'll say Chandler Jones.
Who's the funniest on your team?
Oh. I'll say Chandler Jones.
Oh, Chandler, 2 for 2.
Chandler's hilarious.
He's different, but he's fun. You always need that in a locker room. What has been overall your favorite touchdown celebration?
This year I'm adding the little, you know, like I tell people I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I really don't. But a little ninja kick. I'm gonna add it this season. It's gonna be live.
Ninja. Okay. I love it. Well, Kyler, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck this upcoming season. If y'all don't know, we both are doing something cool on a shoot, so I'm excited for people to see that. But honestly, based on your mindset, I've learned that you just have the switch on. Like, you never turn off, whether it's football, gaming. Like, that's why you're great. So appreciate you, my Texas people.
Yes. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Always. It was so amazing to have Kyler join us today. He is truly a great example of a new generation of quarterback, a multi-sport athlete that not only plays, but has reached an elite level in all sports of choice, from football, baseball, esports, and even chess. He has mastered all of them. I think Kyler has a real shot at being one of the most decorated athletes. But first, his focus is getting to the playoffs and winning a Super Bowl this upcoming season in Arizona. Super Bowl, championships, y'all know I didn't forget. The answer to the last time the Phoenix Suns were in the NBA Finals, 1993. Lost to Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls. All right, that's it from your girl, Chiney Ogwumike. Hopefully, today's conversation sparked something new within you. See you next Tuesday.